My name is Josh Steele. It's May 17th, 2009. I now write this from the comfort of my good friend Timothy's apartment, as a series of strange events have prevented me from entering my home. 3 days. I've had it for 3 days. All because I couldn't say no. It had been raining for 3 solid days now, as if the heavens knew the monstrosity that had befallen me and echoed their disapproval. I had just bought a day's worth of groceries after finishing my shift at the precinct. My feet ached, and I was looking forward to returning home. The streets had been oddly active for such a rainy night, and with the misty rain clouding the streets, I hadn't noticed a presence behind me until his reflection passed in front of a store window. Dark, shadowed, hat pulled low over piercing gray eyes. A shiver slid down my spine. Something was off. I shook my head. I was tired, seeing things that weren't there. The rain had me sensing things. I grasped my bags tighter and picked up my pace. Only a few more blocks to go, then I would be home. The last street had me pass a crowd of people exiting a store, undoubtedly heading home from the rain. I pulled my hat lower over my eyes and wound through the throng of people, ducking past a chattering 5-year-old clinging to her mother's skirts and a puppy yipping at the end of a leash. A tingling sensation started at the back of my neck. The oddly specific feeling of unwavering eyes making me spin on my heels. Nothing. Someone jostled me from behind, and I turned back around to see a shadowy silhouette of a person trailing the group. I shook off a shudder. Nothing was wrong, I just needed to get out of the rain. Arriving at my home, dripping and unhappy, I fished my keys out of my pocket and unlocked the front door, having to juggle the slippery bags in my hand before they tumbled across the wet surface that made up my formerly neat porch. The house was eerily silent as I tossed my keys on the counter. Not the normal silence of living alone, but the unsettling quietness one only takes notice after watching too many horror movies. Man, I need to get some sleep. Alpha, my dog, eyed me sleepily from his place by the stairs, not even barking as I entered deeper into the living room. "Hey, buddy, miss me?" I asked, shoving odds and ends from the countertop to make room for the bags I still held. He didn't answer. Not that I expected one. I tried to turn on the lights. Nothing. I tried again. Still nothing. Which was odd, because I just replaced the light bulb. I shrugged. It must be the storm. I looked in one of the cabinets for a candle. Nothing. I swear I put candles in here. I shrugged. I guess I didn't. I started putting up the groceries, and as I was putting them up, there was a disc inside one of the bags. It spelled on the front of the disc, "Dead." I held the disc up and said, "This is getting weird," and continued to put up the groceries. After putting them up, I took the disc and walked upstairs to examine it. I opened the door, and the computer was already turned on. This is impossible. I turned it off. I sat in the chair and put the disc in. Auto run came up. I chose Browse Files. As I looked in, there were 2 files. One was DEAD.exe. It was huge. 2.3 gigabytes. It was odd how big it was for a .exe file. The other file was 1010143 .txt. For some odd reason, I couldn't open it. I thought it was the disk, so it didn't bother me at first. So I clicked on the dead.exe, and my computer started flickering. After a few seconds, it stopped. The menu came up, and a screeching sound played. I muted my speakers. The menu was completely black except for two options. One was play, the other was exit. I clicked play. Wrong choice, Josh. First of all, how did it know my name? Secondly, I muted my speakers. I was getting scared, and then the game started. It was a 16-bit game. The player looked exactly like me, although it looked too real to be a 16-bit game, though. It looked like my town I lived in. So I went to where my dad was working and walked up to him, and there were only one option. It was kill. Since I couldn't choose any other, I clicked kill, and the game, me, stabbed him. Then it showed a hyper-realistic picture of my dead father. It seemed like you could touch it, and you would get blood on you. So, I touched my computer screen, and when I pulled my fingers back, blood? This can't be real. I was shocked. Yet I continued to play for some reason. I didn't want to hurt anyone else, so I decided to walk to my house. And I looked in my bedroom window. Outside of the game, I looked at the window, and there was myself staring at me. I was so scared I hit escape, hoping the game would turn off, but it didn't. Then, without my control, the game version me came through the window and started to chase me with a knife. I ran as fast as I could and barely got away. Later, I had trouble sleeping, but somehow I managed. After I woke up, Timothy gave me a newspaper, and on the front page it said, "Man was stabbed and killed while working in his office." His name was Joe Steele. I was shocked. It could only be one thing. That game. Right now I'm at my friend's house typing this. That thing is still in my house, making sure I don't turn off the game. My name is Josh Steele.